the most important ones being political repression and instability, drought, and population growth. A quick summary of what happened. Syria was facing serious droughts. Being unable to farm crops properly anymore, farmers got frustrated with the lack of government help that was provided to them. The subject was food, for them and the entire country. Why they didn't bother helping them was never understood by Syrian farmers. People lost their jobs and couldn't afford to put food on the table for their families. Moreover, major population growth took place. Without enough job placements for everyone, people were left unemployed, again rising up to the problem of people not being able to support their families. People couldn't attend school or get the medical treatments they required. Disease grew even worse because those who didn't have enough money for a proper home were forced to live in harsh conditions, unsanitary enough that they got sick very easily. Imagine living in these conditions. Now also imagine your president, Bashar al-Assad, a harsh dictator who learned the type of practice from his father, Hafez al-Assad. Syrian Democrats full of hope that he will change the ways of the previous cruel government. He didn't. Instead, those who rebelled were tortured, thereby angering even more Syrians. This started in a southern city called Dara, where schoolboys graffitied anti-government messages. They were jailed and sometimes police opened fire against them, sometimes bringing out massive tanks. Forces were eventually forced to shut off electricity, water, and telephone lines. Over 20,000 people were killed in the process. Fearing for their lives, over 400,000 Syrians found refuge in neighboring countries. Tens of thousands of them migrated illegally. 2.5 million Syrians still inside the country needed help at the time, and the United States of America actually helped 1.2 million of those. But the numbers grow of those who are in need, and there is only so much another country can get involved. The Syrians are therefore in serious trouble. And thus, the 15-day challenge began. One day before our challenge begins, and we have the following criteria to follow for the next 15 days. The first rule is that we have to fake an injury. So for the first 5 days, we're going to be limping. And for the next 5 days after that, we probably will have to wear an eye patch. And then for the 5 days after that, we'll have to tie our arm to our body so that we can't use it. We're probably going to put it under our shirt or something like that. We will also have a specific type of food to eat, so chicken and rice for lunch and dinner. For breakfast, we can have oatmeal. And we can only eat a small portion of fruits and vegetables each day. We also have certain clothes that we have to wear. So 2 outfits per person. That includes 2 sweaters, 2 pairs of jeans or pants, 2 pairs of boxers, socks, and t-shirts. At the same time, we will have to wash those clothes and dry them by hand. We'll dry them by hanging them. And we will have to stay at Suheil's house and sleep over there because it represents the refugee camp. And we will have to sleep on the floor too. So we will only have 1 blanket and 1 pillow. And lastly, we will have a budget of $20 between the 3 of us for 15 days.
So that does not include payments for food. But the food was already pre-bought, so that means we don't have to buy it within these 15 days. But anything like a purchase of a bus ticket or a movie ticket or anything like that will include towards our budget.